Hello, 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 everybody. Everybody. What's crack? What's up? What's going on? How is everybody doing? Guys, the beginning of this video. Oh, okay. This video is how can you be with a liar, or how can you understand a liar from a perspective of a relationship? If he's so much of a liar, then why are you with him? That is my question. Why someone lies to their significant other is crazy. But the thing is, you got to see it in their perspective. Let me see. By the way, guys, let me move my TV. I didn't realize the TV was right there, because I have a TV that comes out. Okay, there we go. And it reflects. Okay, here we go. So yes, guys. So a lot of people in relationships, they do tend to lie. We will get into the other story in a few, but people in relationships, they do tend to lie, and what are you going to do about it but to confront your significant other? That's it. Yeah, I mean, confronting significant other is just as hard as confronting your parents that you got a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It's just as hard. By the way, I'm drinking H2O. I'll probably make this video about 31 minutes or so, maybe a little longer if I rant on. But my thing is a lot of people are with each other and they lie to the max. A lot of relationships or side pieces, they constantly lie about everything. They're just constantly lying. What the heck do you call that? Basically, they're lying on the go. So everything they say, and they make up stories as they go, it just combusts a whole bunch of lying. And I've known so many people that do that because they don't know what else to say. So they're like, oh, well, let me just lie about this, lie about that. Oh, yeah, this, that. Yeah, oh, okay. And sometimes they'll lie straight up in your face. And that is exactly why I'm talking about this topic, because a lot of couples, they do tend to confront the person that is lying, and they talk to them. They said, don't lie to me anymore. I want straight up truth. And the thing is, guys, the truth does hurt. No matter if you and your significant other have been together for like 11 years, 12 years, X amount of years, guys. Every so often in life, we do grow in life. And that's what I've learned through my own relationships that I had, and relationship that I had for 10 years. You do grow. And you want to grow out. Do something different. Don't be that same person you were 10 years ago. Now you feel different. Now you want to do something different. Or maybe now you want to see someone different. And we have curiosity. You want to see someone different, and you drift off to go see someone different. But the significant other may not understand, because, oh yeah, well, you were cheating or whatnot. They consider it as cheating most of the time. People consider going out with someone that's outside of their sex, which is male or female, cheating, because that's how toxic relationships can be. And that's why I'm always said to myself, I hate that feeling. I hate that run. I have bad anxiety myself, guys. And I certainly hate people. I certainly hate managers up my butt about something, or hey, you didn't reply to the email, or did you read your text message, or blah blah blah. And it's like, to me, I don't want to deal with that. That where you at, or what are we eating today, or just that anxiety of having a relationship just gives me an anxiety, like physically. And worrying about your significant other, that's one anxiety as well. Like, sure, they could come home to me, but that doesn't mean they're not seeing anybody on the side. So, I mean, in general, guys, there's a lot of personalities out there that say differ. They're like, oh, then that's cheating. That's considered cheating. Or maybe y'all just didn't talk. And actually, I'll get into another video about that, about communication and talking to your significant other about things like that. Because if you want to hang out with someone, your significant other may not agree to hang out with that person. Maybe they think that person is just a bad apple. Because there's times that there's some males that have bad friends. Like, not saying, well, I could stereotype sometimes, but gangsters, they could be bad in gangs, they could be bad in drugs and alcohol, and they feed that to your significant other, and now your significant other wants to do those things, and you try to tell your significant other, no, I don't want you hanging out with those. And then that's right there is kind of like controlling, where they're like, oh, you can't control me, I want to hang out with these guys. But you don't want them to hang out because they're into drugs, they're into alcohol, whatever. So you're just trying to be protective over the significant other. And so people are like, well, that's not a bad thing. Why would you want your significant other doing drugs, alcohol, blah blah blah, killing people? There's some couples like that, guys. There's some couples like that. Same thing with females too. It can go the opposite way. People lie to each other in relationships all the time. No matter if it's going to a convenience store, on your own, no matter if it's talking to a person at work and they said that, oh no, I don't talk to that person, I stick to myself. There's been so many times that even my own ex at that time, like years ago, I would ask him, will you be talking to that one chick? And he'll be like, no, I never talk to anybody. I'm by myself. I don't talk to nobody. And then when I get to work, all of a sudden they say, oh yeah, he's a chatterbox. And that's one thing where you mess up, is being in a relationship at work. I see something. What was that? Hello. What's going on? How's it going, Brian? Come on, I'll see you over here. Welcome in. We're talking about relationships and people being liars in relationship. And there's at the end, it's gonna be a drastic change where I'm gonna talk about, if he's such a liar, then why are you with him? Yeah, I know. Oh, good, sweet. Every now and then, I see couples and relationships doing the same thing. I tell everybody, speak to your significant other, talk to them. It is hard. I guarantee, trust me, it is hard. But once you start talking, once you start communicating, you'll be in the same bandwagon. And yeah, the person might be like, oh, so that's your type. Like, let's say if it's a female to a male. So the male wants to hang out with the Cassandra, and this female doesn't want you to hang out with Cassandra. And like, oh, well, he's like, well, what's going on? Why you want to hang out with Cassandra for? And be like, oh, well, Cassandra seems pretty cool. And then that's when the females are like, what do you mean? I'll be like, I thought you said you won't get mad. Like, usually the female is the one that gets mad mostly about certain situations because we just have like cheating it on our minds, I guess, all the time. And if it's an attractive female that you have, then yeah, of course, cheating is going to be more involved with this attractive female. You got any new Hot Wheel cars? Yeah, I got plenty of Hot Wheel cars. I will show that in my thumbnails every so often. That will be in my thumbnails. But yeah, so, you know, I agree that it is hard to communicate. I can agree, but if I was someone's friend or homie and I give them advice, or if I have encountered myself and then if I was in my relationship and I found someone that gave me advice, I would take it. I wouldn't be such a D and not take it. Be like, okay, well, you gave me advice. You know how relationships work. Then I take your advice and I'll do this differently and whatnot. And you know how many people deny advice? Lots of people. Because they're like, what are you talking about? Like, how would you know? And it really be like that. It really be like that. People constantly lying to each other, constantly, you know, and sometimes there's side pieces too. Side pieces lying too. They be lying that they don't have a husband, they don't have a wife, and then in reality they do have a husband or a wife, and then all of a sudden the husband or wife catches on, like, okay, where's my wife going all the time? Or where's my husband going all the time? And they all of a sudden they'd be going where they're at, and they're like, hey, who's that? And they're like, oh, I thought you were single. It's like, no, he lied to you. He's not single, or she lied to you. She's not single. We've been married for this many years, or we've been together for this many years. You know, they constantly, it happens so often because that's where I talk about when you should talk to your significant other. You can't get mad. Like, that's why if I do ever get in a relationship, I know that I say, hey, talk to me. If you like this chick or you like this dude, even if you like this chick or you like this dude, let me know. Let me know. I'm not gonna get mad like that because I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I can see why you like this person. Maybe this person has a good personality. Maybe they're very pretty or whatnot. And that's a story. Actually, I think I said a while back on one of my live streams about how women are much more prettier than men. But I'll probably recap on that since I'm talking more about relationships. And things, juicy stories will come along too. So let me go refill my cup and empty my cup. I'll be right back, guys. Woo. I'm drinking some cold water too. Oh man, I am chilly. Chilly. Okay, I'll come back. Don't forget to hit that little thumbs up. Okay, we're at our 15-minute mark already. And I was going to say what I was going to say. And we had Brian join, so we'll make it an extra 15 more minutes. So, Oh, where do I start? I'm gonna start right here. So if he's so much of a liar, why are you with him? This is where I'm gonna start. So I have an ex that I talk to, and he's an ex from middle school. And we were on good terms. I mean, we are on good terms. Let's just say that. We were on good terms. We left each other when I was in middle school, well, in high school, in the beginning of high school. And I was friends with him now. And every so often I'll talk to him and just say, hey, what's up? Or he'll say, hey, how's it going? And that's it. About 5 years ago is when his wife girlfriend at that time, she basically said, well, why are you talking to him? Or why are you going out? Or she was trying to figure out why we're going out, or do I have feelings for him or whatnot. And I said, no, really, I do not have feelings for him. Ever since I saw him, he's just regular to me. Like, I guess people don't understand how you can outgrow a person. It bothers me. No matter if you're in a relationship or out of a relationship, if you haven't been together for X amount of years, it really doesn't bother you no more. Like, when you see that other person, they're not attractive in your eyes anymore. Like, you're just like, ew, what was I thinking? I'm not saying that he is bad looking now. I mean, at that time when I was a teenager, he was good looking. That was on my part. But now we grow up, I don't see him the same way. So anyways, about a week or 2 weeks ago is when she decided to hit me up. Oh wait, so he has a baby. He has a new baby. And I said, a new baby? What? I think we'll have to count. I said, another kid? Nice. And then she's all like, she replies after like 3 or 4 days later. She's like, what do you mean a new kid? And I was like, you should be happy for him. And then I was like, okay. Then I said, can I ask you a question? Because he told me some things about her and about himself and why he has so many. Because I asked him, if you're ever friends with me, or not friends, but homies, because I don't know what the definition of friends is, but if you're ever homies with me and we talk, I want to confront you, no matter how harsh it is. That is like I turn into top dog immediately. I want answers. I want to know things. I want to know details, because that's the person I am. And so here I am, and I asked him, I said, why the heck do you want a kid with the person that you don't even like at all? And you told me that she's a horrible person and that she basically gets angry for everything. She thinks that you're cheating or whatnot, and she's just an angry person and she's not a good person. I said, why would you have another kid with that person then? And then he said all he wanted to say. I'm not gonna say that on the internet, but I could say how he basically told me how he had one kid, how he had another kid, how he had another kid. And the first kid was basically because she wanted kids. She wanted kids. And he basically didn't want kids. They actually waited for a long time. They waited, so I'm glad for them that they waited for a long time, because she wanted kids and he didn't want kids. He wasn't ready, but she was ready. It's one of those ordeals, this typical ordeal. So here I am thinking that she's very toxic or whatever. So she confronts me. She's all like, look, if you have something to say, you say it. I said, okay. So she started basically for hours. I was at work, but I was still upset and mad that she wanted to keep talking, and she was very toxic. I could see in In her text message, she's like, you have nothing to say? Well, what do you need? And she just kept going and going. I said, that's so toxic, bro. That is so toxic. I can't even handle it. I said, if she was texting me like that, I'll probably lose my marbles to myself. And so I'm like, golly, she seems so freaking toxic. She's so freaking annoying. She's all like, well, I heard y'all were flirting, and he was flirting a while back with you, and then I told her, I said, look, bro, I don't even do all that anymore. Like, that was the old me. She's like, oh yeah, so that means you're one of those girls that goes around the guys that are married, and you don't find people of your own. You try to steal other people's man. And I'm all like, okay, now you're painting a picture of a wholly different person too, as well as he's painting a picture of a different person for me to look at her. So she's like, there's a whole bunch of going on. And I said, and then she's like, do you want to talk over the phone or something like that? And I said, yeah, sure, let's go ahead and let's have this conference meeting already. Like, after about probably 4 hours just freaking going back and forth. And then I have receipts, guys. I have receipts. And this again, I'm gonna say this again. In my last video, I said this is how I make my content. So be careful on what you say to me or who is around me, because I won't call out names unless I'm very upset. But this is how I make my content. So then I was like, sure, I get off at 9. We'll talk exactly at 9. Well, no, I didn't say exactly 9. I said, we'll talk at 9 o'clock because that's what time I get off. Okay, sure. And I got off just a tad bit earlier because you know why? I've seen these toxic people. I've seen toxic people so in my whole entire life. And if I get off at 9, of course I'm not going to be here exactly at 9. I'm my house, in my apartment. So I'm like, no, if she's toxic, she will come exactly at 9 o'clock. And I'm like, oh Lord. So let me get off a little. I got off like 10 minutes early because I live literally like 7 minutes away from my house. And so I'm like, I'm gonna get off 10 minutes early so I can go home, take a good shower real quick shower, because I know she's gonna call me exactly at 9 o'clock. So luckily it was 9:02. It was still 9 because I was like, she's like, so are you gonna call or am I gonna call? I was like, oh Lord, that sounds so narcissistic and toxic. I said, look, I'll call. It's like, so are you gonna call from Instagram or are you gonna call from his phone? I said, I don't have his phone number. And then she's all replies, do you want his phone number? Like, that is so toxic. To me, that's so toxic, okay? So I said, no, we'll talk on Instagram. So we talked on Instagram. Basically, I said, so what's up? So what do you want to know? Then she's like, I just want to tell you that I'm not that person that he paints me out as. He paints me out as a bad, manipulative person, toxic, and everything else. And I'm not that type of person. And I told him to stop lying. He keeps lying and lying and lying. He's just nothing but a freaking liar. And I'm all like, okay. I said, why are you saying that he's a liar? Because he lies about everything. He lies about everything. I'm telling you, everything. I tried my hardest to keep this relationship in a work. So she was basically going down. Cause I can repeat everything she said, guys. Like, I have a memory. I don't have to look at what she said on the text message or anything like that, recordings or anything. But I could just tell you that she basically said that she's not that type of person that is toxic or whatever that he paints the picture of her being. And I'm all like, okay, can you tell me what else has he lied about? He's lied about everything. I said, everything of what? He's always cheating. He's always talking to other females. I said, okay, but now you're talking about other females and you're not even talking about me. In the beginning, you were talking about me trying to be with him and flirting with him. And then he's all like, she basically summed it up. She's all like, you don't think that being in the same bed and texting each other, texting someone else while you're in the same bed, oh honey, sweetie, I love you, blah, 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 to another person is not cheating? I said, yeah, that's cheating. I could say it's cheating because, yeah, I've had that happen to myself, guys. I've had that happen to myself where I have the significant other and the significant other is texting someone else while you're in the room and they're telling that person, oh, I love you, or you're so cute tonight, how you doing, I've been missing you. And I've had that happen all the time with me and with the other person that I was with. And yes, I would consider it cheating. But if you don't talk to your spouse, yeah, it's not cheating. Because if you talk to your spouse, it's like, I'm texting this person, they're beautiful today. Oh, it's a big problem. You can't say that because they'll get mad. And then what happens? An argument. That's why I feel like we all need to have a open relationship. I'm not talking about the other relationship. And that's the thing too. We got into open relationships and we're talking about open relationship as an S-wise. And I'm like, no, open-minded relationship where you can talk to your significant other about everything. Because that's the type of relationship I'll be going for now. I'm sick and tired of toxicness. That's the type of relationship I'll be going for now. So then she just kept talking about how he was texting other women while she was with him. And she's not that type of person. She wants kids. And then I told her, okay, well, let me see what else. Let me see what has he lied about. Okay, can you tell me how you got your kids? So she straight up told me how she got her kids. And I said, well, that's not a lie. He told me the truth, how he got your kids. Because I asked him, how did you get so many of those kids? Like, I want to know. I want details. She gave me details too. And I'm proud of her for giving me details on how the heck they end up having kids. Of course, kids are accidents, guys. Not a lot of kids are planned. Not a lot of kids are planned. So then she just kept saying, well, he's lying about other things. I said, well, tell me, what else is he lying about? And then I told her, I said, look, when I was with him, he was always that type of person that just lied and giggled and didn't take things seriously, because I guess he never grew up out of that, because you have to grow. In order to grow, you have to get out of the relationship. And I have learned that, guys. I guarantee you, if I was still in a relationship with the person that I was with for 10 years, I guarantee you I had no room for growth, because I would still be that same person that I was 10 years back. And you have to grow. So in order to grow, you have to be away from that person. I know how tough that sounds, but you have to call quits someday. You have to get away from that person so you can grow and turn into a different person. That is literally like a story for another day, guys, but it is facts. It is true, guys. Let me go empty my cup. We'll be here for another 15 minutes. So I had Brian come in the building. So growing as a couple, and so she was basically still going off on me about that. He's a liar. And I confronted her. I said this a while back, but I had confronted her. Oh, look, I gotta refill my. Hold on. Whoa, hold on. Hold on. More juicy stories coming on. Hold on. Gotta refill my cup. So I basically confronted her on the type of person she is. I said, okay, so you're not those type of people. You're not that type of person. She's like, no, I'm not that type of person. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be sweet. I'm trying to fix my own relationship. And I told her, I said, okay, so you're telling me if y'all didn't have kids, y'all won't be with each other? She's like, I guarantee you if we didn't have any of kids, I would never be with him. I said, okay. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking about that, right? In the back of my mind, yeah, if you didn't have kids with that person and that person felt toxic or was a liar, was a manipulative, there it goes, manipulative liar, yeah, I wouldn't be with that person either. But then, this is the inside. This is the inside. But then, when y'all were together without no kids, they were still going at it because she wanted kids so much. She kept begging him and begging him and begging him. I want kids, I want kids. He wasn't ready. They were together for like 3 or 4 years. Maybe 3 or 4 years. And if he was so much of a liar and she didn't have kids at that time with him, then why didn't she leave 3 years back or 5 years back? That is my question. Because in general, yeah, if you didn't have kids and that person was a manipulative liar, you want to be with them. But the thing is before the kids, they were together, but she was begging for kids. So tell me where I'm going wrong. Tell me. I don't know. But obviously, they're basically in a relationship because of the kids now. It's because of the kids. And that's why I always tell y'all guys, kids do fall in that minefield of being stuck in the middle all the time. That should not be the case. And then to think about it, they just barely got a newborn. Oh, Lord. So you mean you got, if the teenager's a teenager and grows up, but usually 18, 19, you got 19 years. You're going to be together for 19 years and you've been together for like 5 years and you can't even handle each other? What makes you think that you're going to stay together for 19 years? That's what bothers me in relationship, guys. Oh, my head hurts. Let me drink some more. I can't help it, but whenever I see a puppy, guys, I think about the puppy's lifespan. So I'm not like, okay, that puppy is going to live to 15 to 16 years. So you have to consider on if you're going to move, how things are going to be, living situations. I mean, that's just me, guys. I guess because I'm more educated than ever. And I think more than other people. I think, okay, well, 6 years down the line, where am I going to be in 6 years down the line? Am I going to have a full-time job where I can't even walk the dog? Because right now, jobs are like literally 12 to 14 hours a day. And then you barely even get any days off. They're literally working your butt off like crazy. Like, how the heck do you have time for an animal now? Like, that's exactly where I'm going. Like, where do you go from an animal? So like, wait a minute. You're telling me kids lifespan is 100, okay? 100 years old, maybe even less. But I'm saying a human's lifespan is 100 years old. I said kids, but a human's lifespan could be 100 years old or plus. Of course, you're not going to live to see the 100. But I'm saying in general, like, if you're there to raise your kid from A1 all the way to high school, which the kid is 16, 17 years old, you don't know how your kid's going to turn out. You don't know if they're going to want to go to college. You don't know if they're going to want to be a bum and sit home and play video games all day, or sit home and go to sleep all day. You don't know what's going to happen in the future of that child unless you educate them, being like, okay, see, kids will go through a lifespan, guys. Kids will go through a lifespan where usually 7-year-olds, 5-7-year-olds will be like, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a policeman, I want to be all these things. But once they become a teenager, their whole thought process, that's it. You know why that happens? Because of hormones, guys. And I have actually went through a live stream about that. If you think about it and you read, if you go to, like, I have my own, I have, what do you call it? A yearbook. The yearbook has a lot of people, and they said, I want to be a fireman, I want to be a policeman, when they're in middle school, in elementary. Look at them now. Where are they at now? What is their major in? What are they doing now when they're grown adults? Your whole life changes. You can't just run your aspects, I'm going to be a policeman. It's very dedication, guys. It's dedication from a kid to say, I'm going to be a policeman, and dedicate themselves all the way to a teenager, because hormones change, guys. Maybe that teenager all of a sudden just has bad intentions and wants to do bad in school, and wants to frustrate people and wants to bully people. And back then he said he wanted to be a policeman, but now he was against the policeman. You'd be like, oh, my child will never turn into something so horrific. You know how many mass killings have happened to kids that are innocent? Do you know how many mass killings in schools, in stadiums, that the person has no record of being a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs person, a teenager? All of a sudden they snap. I'm telling you guys. And this part will be on one of my live streams of development and growth in kids. Whew. But yeah, guys, it's a lot to say. Relationships have a lot to teach you guys, and I have a lot to tell you about relationships. And it's not only that the people that come through my mind. Okay, we're at 38 minutes. We're gonna be here just a tad bit longer. But we are basically, how do you say? We go through spasms, okay, in life. We go through changes. People go through changes. And we just need to talk to our significant other and tell them the truth. Don't be lying about everything because you're a manipulative liar. It's good to lie every once in a while, but you know how the outcome is going to be. Because if you go to the convenience store without your significant other, it's just a basic. I'm just going basic, guys. Convenience store, not even a grocery store. If you go to the convenience store and get yourself some chips, a Coke, and you don't tell your significant other that you went to the convenience store and got you some chips and Coke because you were thirsty, you wanted a snack, the significant other, whoever it is, male or female, will be like, oh yeah? And you didn't bother to think about me? You didn't bother to get extra for me? Because when you're in a relationship, you think about two. Once you start doing things on your own and you feel like it's nothing, you feel like going to the convenience store and grabbing you a bag of chips and a Coke is nothing, that means that you have outgrown your relationship. I hate to tell you guys, I hate to tell you, just an innocent little lie has mean that you have outgrown your relationship. The reason being because you can't be truthful anymore. You just feel like it's innocent. Like, what the heck? It's innocent. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere like big. I'm not going to the mall, go to a party or whatever. I'm just going to the convenience store and get me some chips and a Coke. That's when you know. That's the truth right there. I'm gonna drink to that. That is the truth. Anything innocent, guys. Anything innocent. I call it what I see it. I call it what I see it. Because I've been through a relationship and I know how that goes. It's not easy. And that's why I can't do it myself. And it's like, well, I don't like, oh, you know what? I heard this in somebody's live stream or somebody's post. I don't like myself when I'm in love. That's why I don't get in a relationship. Because love will tear you apart. I don't even know, and to be honest, I don't even know how to love another person. Because I've been so broken, guys. I'm broken. Like, I see others and I'm like, oh, yeah, you be a good person to hang out with. No, people will be like, oh, you don't think about you be a good person to settle down with? Nope. I only met a couple of people that I used to like want to basically hang out with them and then maybe grow as a person, grow into them, and probably if they like me back or whatever. But then that all faded because they don't like you back. And it's always that person that doesn't like you back too. and it'd be like that too. Oh man, it'd be like that. Now, like I said, I don't know about y'all guys, but that's exactly how I feel. You know, constantly there's liars in relationships. We all know that. I know that, you know that. We all know that. Innocent lies happen because we're too scared. We're too scared to tell our significant other these things. Like again, like I said in the beginning of this video, you can try to communicate to your significant other, tell them the truth. It's just as hard as telling your parents that you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Just as hard. And I don't know how many times I gotta say that during my live streams. It's just as hard. So guys, what do y'all think about my whole situation? I actually said a whole bunch about if he's such a liar, then why are you with him? Because I honestly think that to myself about this chick. And then she told me that if they didn't have kids with each other, she would never be with him at all because he's such a liar. But then again, on the other side, well, I already explained that. So I'll explain that again. But I just wanted to touch over about relationships on how people are with each other, how relationships they tend to lie. And I just spoke over about when you actually know that an innocent lie could be just innocent but actually mean something, and you step back and realize it. Going for a walk, guys, too. If you don't tell your significant other you went for a walk and you saw this one guy struggling with his car and you helped him out, and then you told your significant other, oh, this guy was struggling with his car, so I helped him out. Be like, what the heck? When did you go on a walk? You didn't tell me this. And that's how toxic relationships are. If we speak and we communicate, guys, we'll be on the same page. If you didn't get mad about your significant other doing this, doing that, then yeah. I understand household chores and stuff. That's understandable. But that's a story for another day, guys. So yeah, guys, thank you, Brian, for being here. Why some people choose to stay with a liar? If he's so much of a liar, then why are you with him? Just my question. Why are you with a liar if he's so much a liar? We got to get down to business, guys. And a lot of content is going to be a lot about relationships and a lot about what I go through as well. That was a dang good true story. I got many stories to go to. And again, if someone comes upon my channel and whoever knows me and sees this video, if you don't like the content, yes, I will take it down. I totally respect people's relationship. And if you think I'm talking about your relationship and you confront me and I say yes, then I'll take it down. Just let me know. Communication, guys. Communication, that's what we need in this world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.